Hello, this is What If Midoriya ran a gang, and I'm like, hey, Sleepless God here. Sorry, you don't have to wait a month for a new video. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm impressed. I'm almost like you're a YouTuber and you should do this normally. Technoblade Blade did it, and he was successful too. So we're gonna keep on pushing on. But uh, so last time we left off, we talked about how Midoriya runs his gang, who's part of his gang, the names, the figures. Please watch the video. I'm not going to go over everyone. I have an entire video for that. But we also have him, a person named Killer, who is part of Midoriya's gang, who joined his gang because when he was part of the Hero Society and part of the Hero World, he saw that people that were corrupt were not getting dealt with, and the people who he was killing were not that dangerous overall. They were minor at best. And he told that to Aizawa, like, hey, yeah, I had a license to kill and I still couldn't fix the system, but here I give food. Like, I'm better here than I was over in the Hero Society. And then they busted into a doctor's office. We also know that during this time, Midori was giving like orders to his crew that he was going to that they were going to break into a bunch of banks, basically, and steal a bunch of rich people's monies. Basically, the wealthy, but just not enough to be like, it's not even really the wealthy that they're getting. It's the corrupt that are taking away money from the people, particularly dollars, and particularly gang members, other mafia bosses. Because really, they're the only really people who work in like actual jewelry and stuff like that. But while he was doing a surgery, they broke in. They took him, handcuffed him. The man he did the surgery on was completely healthy as he was taken to an actual hospital to be checked up. Let's start the video. As when you walking into the prison cell, they are screaming. The prisoners are walking in. This is basically a holding cell for them, and they're screaming, "Let him go, please! For God's sake, let him go!" Some of them sound like feared, like scared to their bones, and some of them are angry. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And some of them are a mix of both. Like, angry and also scared as fuck. And he's walking in, he's smiling. And he says, "Don't worry, boys. I'll be out by tonight. I'll be out by Monday morning." It's Saturday. He's locked into a holding cell with another man. An older looking fellow, about the age of 35. Well, 45, 50. And he looks at him and says, "How you doing?" As you see the older man gets down to on his knees and says, You Madge, never. Stand up." As the old man stands up, and "I'll take the top bunk." You're an older man. I don't want you hopping down, maybe hurting yourself. I'll take the top bunk. I'm quite young. As he stands up, he's a lot tall, around 6'2", 6'4", a ginormous man. His hair is still a bit of green in it, but it's more black than green. His eyes have changed color, though, to this tinge of red, vibrant color. The old man knows him. "Zuko Midoriya." "Oh, you're my old landlord, weren't you?" "Yeah. Yes, I was." Why are you sorry? You did nothing. My mother made a decision. My father made a decision. You didn't. You helped us as much as you physically possibly can. I tried my best. I could have helped more. I could have tried at least You are a single person who feeds their family. You rented a crappy apartment and helped as many people as you possibly could. Why are you here anyway? Tax evasion. Really? Yeah. Couldn't pay it back. Helped too many, I guess. Don't worry. When's your court hearing? Friday. Your court hearing will be Tuesday. And he puts his hand on his shoulder, comfortably almost. You'll be fine. I promise. I'm going to bed, okay? There should be a man coming in. A mediumly sized man. He'll be threatening to me, mostly, but you'll be fine, I promise. If he tries to roughhouse you, it'll be better for your case. As he hops up to the top of the bunk, he lays down. It's not like silk sheets, but, nothing is really. He slowly starts to fall off to sleep as he hears a boom, boom, boom on his cell about 30 to 45 minutes later. He looks over as he sees a man, like he said, about an averagely sized man, nothing tall, nothing skinny, but what he didn't name is this man has bird wings. I didn't know the number 3 hero would just deal with as he rolls over and jumps down, common criminal. As Hawks, number 3 hero, if I remember correctly, number 3 hero, looks at him. Yeah, right. I've been on your trail for years. Maximilian, Francine, Harrison, all fake names. Prove it. What? Prove it. Prove those are my name. My name is Marcus Winch. Never done this before. I was an ex-doctor who fell upon hard times. No hospitals hiring, so I built my own. Hired by a secret man to help people out. He smiles almost like he knows. Hawks grabs it. You aren't doing this again. Again? Well, I don't know about that. I don't think I've ever done this. Okay. If you want to play hardball, I want to do that. What you were going to do is you're going to threaten me with your quills. I want you to know this, that I have a very good lawyer. Any damage dealt to me will be brought up into the courtroom. Do you want that? Oh, I'm guessing not. You don't want that at all. Because you want to get me on high charges. Prison for multiple years, don't you? But the funny thing is, I don't think that's going to go down. As we've chosen, it's a trial by jury, most likely. And I'm more like than you are. As Hawks leaves, as he's met up with Razorhead Aizawa, and they start doing more research on him. They think he's Izuku Midoriya, the kid that went missing, but they have no visible evidence. They can't test his blood or DNA because, obviously you have to actually done a crime, and they haven't committed him to one yet. But they think if they can get them on this crime, that's at least 4 years in prison, or even more. If fake doctor, of 10 years in prison, 15 at most. At least 4 years in, he can maybe get good for a good time, but most likely not. So the belief is they can get him on a, not being a doctor without a license, and they can put him to prison and test his DNA there to get any swarm of idea who he is. Monday rolls around. You see the old man is sitting with Midoriya. The cell looks new? Like they moved him. There's a table, bigger cell, about the size of a small room. 2 beds still, but instead of being like chained to the wall, it's nice, comfortable beds. As they're both eating steak dinners, the old man is wearing a more like pajama pants, but like pajama, like almost like nice pajamas, and as Midoriya is wearing a button-up suit. How do you like the steak? As Midoriya and him are eating both a Wagyu steak. It's delicious. I've never had anything like this in my entire life. This is great. I know. Great meals equal a great man, they say. And I have a tough trial today. You think you're gonna win? I hope you win. I think I'm gonna win. Chance is only led up to people like heroes. They chance they're gonna save a life. They chance they can make the world better. They chance they can be number one. I don't chance anything. I know I'm gonna make the world better. I know that I'm gonna save people's lives. But not the way they do it. See, what they do is small, tiny, insignificant in my mind. What do you do? Nothing. Truly, I don't do anything. One life at a time, they say. I heard you was a doctor with a fake license. They say that. Is it true? They say that. As his lawyer walks up, you see a man with a nicely colored suit. His hair is screeched back, but it's blonde. It's blonde. Is it pulled back? A nice tailored suit, not too fancy, but just fancy enough to be fine. Midoriya, his suit pants are black. His actual suit is green, with a black shirt underneath, with a bow tie, green as well, with the circle of the bow tie being bright red. Well, that's my lawyer. Hope you're doing good. As well as for any deal that you made with the heroes, as the old man looks at him, looks back as his red eyes stares at him. I know you didn't. I have eyes everywhere. As they open up the door, Midoriya starts walking with his lawyer and a bunch of guards behind him, as well as his lawyer is twice. His lawyer is twice. Reasons why. Number one. Funny enough, Twice actually has a medical degree. Well, not a medical degree. He passed the bar exam as well as having went to a bunch of schools. Reason why. He got bored. He can clone himself infinitely, and with Midoriya giving him some special kind of thing, he's a lot smarter than he usually is, and they kind of work on themselves. They kind of work all together to help each other out, instead of trying to one of them being lazy and the rest working. They all work. So, Twice got his thing really fast, like 2 years, passing the bar exam and becoming a registered lawyer for Midoriya. And for the rest of the gang as well, that's why he's the lawyer. He can be in a lot of places at once. Is he a criminal? Not a convicted one, at least. As they're walking, they make it to the courtroom. As they walk in, as the judge is already smiling, he sits down. Oh, thank you, Judge Finasco. There's Finasco staring at him. Oh, young Max, how you doing? As he sees Hawks and Eraserhead right there. Looks back. Sees the 12 witnesses as they are smiling, laughing almost in a general way. Let's get this court proceeding away. As they start doing it, as Hawks slowly start realizing that he's losing. Not because his evidence is not there. It's they just don't care. The jury don't care. The judge doesn't care, it seems like, even. And when Twice does his, he doesn't really have to even try. The judge agrees completely, 100%, that this man might have done something illegal, 100%, but he did it out of the kindness of his heart, doing this so well that he was doing this for free. No money to him. As he's showing like a bunch of things that he wasn't getting paid to do this. He was getting no paycheck. He was doing this absolutely for free. And he argued over the courtroom that maybe he did something bad. Maybe. But if a man like him would do this for free, without a dime getting into his pocket, and he's doing this not because he's heartless and he wants to do experiments, as they showed the doctor's like perseverance of like what they did, making him one of the many people that Twice put into the questioning, that when they asked about the heart and they asked, it was perfect. The patient will live for another maybe 60 to 50 more years without any condition of his heart at all. And Twice is looking at the courtroom and asking, what is so bad about this? This man is not hurt, not injured. He signed away a waiver, knowing this, that this doctor was not and was fine with him having the surgery. The only thing that he didn't have was a license. That looks over might be that he's not doing this because he's trying to gain enough money or power or situation. He's doing this for free. Might some of this not be 100% true, as good courtrooms would say? Yes, he was. Midori walked away free with no charges. The judge agreed. Even though it was a crime, even though he did it, Midori has enough power that the judge doesn't even care. As he walks out of this courtroom, he hears, screaming almost from not from Eraserhead, but from Hawks. Hawks is yelling, "The fuck is this shit? This is fucking balderdash. This is bullshit at its fucking finest. This is so much goddamn bullshit, I can fucking wipe my ass with it." As the judge is slamming his gavel, "I'll put you a contempt of court. Get out of here. It doesn't matter if you're the number one hero or not. You are not above the law." Midori is, it seems. He walks out. "Good job, Twice. That was good. Hopefully we don't have to do this for a couple more years." What was the last time I had this thing? I don't know. Probably when you were like 12. But, we said he wasn't even doing anything doctorish. How could a 12-year-old be doing anything doctorish? The Heroes was mistaken. That was a good one. What was my name that time? I think it was like fucking Francine. Oh yeah, that was one of the fake ones, right? Same with Maximilian. Yeah, but we only use Maximilian when we like really need to, and Maximilian's a shitty one at that. I thought I liked Maximilian. You usually only keep two. Max, I like that one. Simple. And Inco. I only use Inco when I'm not being me. That name will never be tarnished until the day I die. As they walk out of the courtroom completely free. Did old man Smysel? Oh yeah, he never talked to any. They tried to. Guess what he did? What? He said, "Go fuck yourself" to the pro heroes. You don't do anything good in this world anyway. You think we can get that out? Oh, definitely. That motherfucker. That motherfucker has the most piteous case I can possibly pull out of my ass. And plus, you know how many judges we have underneath our foot? So many. Under our foot is too much to say. They like us because we clean up more crime than the heroes do. As well as we paid a lot of people to make themselves those types of judges. As walking down the street, you hear someone yelling, You rigged." He looks back, sees hawks, full wings out. Rigged what? As Midoriya looks at him, the court case. You did something illegal, and I know it. But they didn't care. No, they cared. They cared that I saved a man's life. A man who's 30, had a heart condition that would never be cured by any natural thing. A quirkless man at that. A man that no one cared about. As number 3 hero took a step back, as Midoriya took a step forward. A man who was underneath the system. Was garbage and trash to everyone else. But me, I took care of him. Without a dime coming to my name, without any pocket change, I did it. If he did the surgery anywhere else, guess what they would charge him? His entire life. He didn't have enough money to do this, and he was dying. He was dying. And you pro heroes call you a hero. You're number 3. But you don't save no fucking lives. You save the masses. The people who have no problems. The people that can go to work every day and feel fine. This man right here, as he points just to a random direction, was going to die in 6 months. 6 months. He has a wife and child at home, crying every night because his father's going, Daddy's dying. And you don't care because that's just invisible. Invisible as anything else. But I dealt with it. I did what I did. And you want me to put in prison for that. You are a man who was a government entity yourself. He snaps his fingers as a car drives past, a Bentley. As Twice hops into the front as Killer is driving. You're just more than a pawn in a puzzle piece. And I'm... As he takes a gulp, puts his hands over his eyes and almost rubs something away. Could be tears, could be dust. He doesn't... I'm done with this shit, okay? My court case is done. I'm a free man. I've been dropped of all charges. As he opens up the door. But if you believe I should be charged with more, you can definitely try. Bring it with another judge. He steps in, shuts the door. As he rolls down the window. as they roll right next to him. Just looks up. Always know the king can only move once. As he rolls back up the window, they drive away. As they start doing what the bank vault thing happened while this court case was happening. Secretly at that. See, what they're doing is this. Most mafia members, particularly the docs, they don't really get money. Because you can track money. You can track it. You can see what you get, how much you get, where you got it from, and dirty money, for example, you have to clean it somehow. And if you don't have businesses to clean it, it's kind of hard to clean that shit. But guns, weapons, jewelry, watches in particular are a lot more easier to get around, particularly guns and weapons. And with those guns and weapons, you can steal jewelry. And now you can sell that jewelry. What they're doing is doing a 4-man operation. 2 of them is Killer. And you might be thinking, how is Killer driving? Twice. Anytime there's another person, it's always going to be twice. And Machine Head, who are going to take out all the guns and steal those. And then what's her name? Toga and Shigaraki is going to steal the jewelry back. And they do that. As he's driving back into his, what we're going to call, section of land, you see Twice clones that are copies of basically Blank Face Man, as also men with, you see, AKs, Tommy guns, and other guns like that walking up to women who are giving them rings, jewelry necklaces, giving daughters bracelets back that were from their grandmothers. As they are looking at the car, he looks up and smiles as Twice looks back. You could have sold that for millions, all that jewelry. Yeah? You know what's more money than millions? The happy faces of your people. You hit it on the nail. And the men and the women are yelling, they're waving their hands. As he rolls down his window, he exits out the vehicle. His wife is like, whoa, whoa. As he walks up and he sees an older woman, he walks up and holds her hand. Mrs. Gallagher, how are you doing today? A lot better now, as you see almost a golden jewel wrapped in like a black. Your late husband's, wasn't it? Yes. He sold everything for this. It was his grandmother's. Gave it to me when we married. It will be with you for the rest of your life. And it will be the rest of your family as well. He looks up. You don't want it. I will never take it from you ever. He looks around, sees all the people getting their jewelry back, getting even paintings back from family members. I will never steal ever again. As you see as you start hearing boom, 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 as you look over and you see the docks are blasted in fire and flames, as you see burns and burns as it's blue fire. They look back to, the old woman looks at her and says, I'm thinking that's you, isn't it? No. I'm just a peaceful man who helps people out. He walks in, shuts the door of the car, So he says, that was risky, right? There's could be snipers, could be... I'm not worried. As they drive away, you see Dobby with Machine Head right next to him. You didn't really have to do that, right? That was like unnecessary at all. We already had all the guns, everything. Most of the people were already killed. We already take out the mob boss, everything. This was literally just cargo ships that were part of the mob. Yes. And could we use them? Probably not. I was gonna build better ones anyway. As he looks over, yeah. As he lights his hand on fire. That's why I'm setting them on fire. Come on. You're just mad because you haven't seen your boyfriend ever today. You know what? Fuck off. As he shoots his fire out. As this is where we're going to end off the video. I hope you guys like it. I will see you guys, hopefully not in a month, next time. See you guys later. Goodbye.